Halo Infinite has easily been my favorite game in a while. It's sad the game went through a bit of development hell that caused it to launch with a lack of content. Admittedly, I have a hard time coming back to the game because of how little there is, with a limited time battle pass events like Fractures of Tenrai and Tactical Ops being the only thing that draws me in. With the announcement of Season 2 Lone Wolf, I wanted to give my personal wishes on what I would love to see be brought into the game into a series of short videos. To start this series off, I'll go into the customization and what aspects can be improved, what I would love to see be added, and how I think color customization can coincide with the armor coding system. Keep in mind, I don't claim to be an expert at game design, nor do I know better than the people who made this game. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it around with friends. It would be amazing if a 343 developer saw this video and liked some things I suggest. I am a very small YouTuber, so sharing this video around the Halo community means a lot to me. Have any thoughts on the video? Comment down below. Without further ado, let's get into it. To start us off, we'll be talking about the Spartan cores and attachments. This has been said many times, and I hate to also be one to repeat this, but one of the biggest things for Spartan cores is to remove the restriction of armors and coatings being locked to certain armor cores. At the very least, allow for Mark 6 and 7's items to be interchangeable with each other. I can see why having Fractures of Tenrai armors mixed onto a Mark 7 would look really weird and probably not good, but Mark 7 and 6 should not have a restriction on each other. This should definitely be with items that you buy from the store or get from promo codes, like the cat ears or nail polish armor coating. I bought the cat ears myself and I regret nothing. But it makes no sense to me as why I can only use it on the Spartan 7 and not the Spartan 5. And not just the cat ears themselves, but just any item that is locked to a Spartan core. It has been mentioned many times that the training bots are not locked to this restriction at all. If the main concern of cross-core customization is armor pieces clipping into each other, like a Mark 5, like the hoodie or whatever, or clipping into a Mark 7 helmet, then simply just don't let the player select one if the other will clip into each other. The best way I can describe something like this is take a look at Team Fortress 2, for example. That's a decades old game, and there are some cosmetics that you cannot wear with other cosmetics because if you could, they would clip into each other. I do want to see how the Spartan core system turns out first before I am 100% on enabling cross-core customization, because as I've said at the beginning of the video, the game launched with a lack of content, so I do want to see how the Mark 7 Spartan core can be evolved a lot. Just next time, don't put most of Mark 7's armors behind a paywall. Those HCS competitive skins should also not be locked to this weird item set thing. Players should be able to express support for their favorite teams on their Spartan, or just use the coatings for looks, which is what I use them for. That Cloud9 coating is very nice. But to move on to newer topics, there's something I want in regards to helmet attachments, and that is being able to equip more than one helmet attachment onto my Spartan. Take the Mark 7 helmet. It has this very nice visor armor plating, but I'd like to, on top of that armor plate, also equip an attachment that doesn't conflict with that armor plating. Like one of those side attachments that goes on the helmet. It's something that can add a lot to customizing Spartans. There have been many times where I wish I could wear two different attachments at the same time, and I really think it should be a feature implemented. I say two because allowing more than two attachments could make it look very cluttery, which sounds weird when I'm advocating for more Spartan customization, but I think there's a balance between limitations and freedom with Spartan customization. Just don't allow two to be equipped if they conflict with each other in the same spot. Onto the topic of helmets, I don't really have many I'd personally would want to see be brought back. I think as a given, I'd like to see all the helmets from Halo Reach return for the Mark 5 Spartan. I would especially love to see the Akis/GRD helmet be brought back, but for the Mark 7 Spartan, because I just really like the helmet a lot. It's just a very, very nice helmet. But honestly, I think I would like to see more helmets from the Reclaimer saga come to Halo Infinite and be given a classic art style treatment. 343 already has brought over helmets like the Anubis and Aviator, and there's a cut War Master and Scout helmet that has been found in the files, and they look really good. I would have to handpick the Helljumper, Recruit, Pioneer, Venator, and Argus. Why those helmets? Simply just because those are my favorite ones from the Reclaimer saga. But honestly, I'm more interested in seeing the new kinds of helmets 343 come up with, because they have came up with some very nice helmets actually. To keep on the discussion of helmets, I would love to see more helmets that are a 2-in-1 kind. And what I mean by that is a helmet where by putting an attachment on it, it becomes a whole other helmet. Take for example the Stormfall helmet and its Gungnir attachment. When I first saw it, I only saw it with the Gungnir attachment on, and so I was wondering when people were like complaining that the Hastop helmet wasn't part of the Heroes of Reach Battle Pass. I'm like, why aren't you talking about the Gungnir helmet? Does nobody else see it? But no, I was just being an idiot because it was a Mark 7 helmet, and it's a very, very cool concept to have like this helmet turn from one into another because of an attachment. And these kinds of helmets I feel like would also benefit with the wearing two attachments kind of thing I was suggesting earlier. Alright, now that we've covered everything that I personally want in the game, it's time to get into something that I think everyone who's played this game wants, and that is color customization. Now, my ideas for color customization is all in mind with the current armor coding and monetization system 343 has in place. And this whole spiel I'm about to talk about may be severely flawed. So then, how can color customization coincide with the armor coding system? Well, take a look at this. This, in my demonstration, is a blank white coating that you yourself customize the colors and the style of that will be applied to your armor. We'll call this the canvas coating. These would be limited use items that can be unlocked in battle passes or bought in the store at a very cheap price for those who are willing to spend $1 or $2. When selected in the coding menu, you will be prompted with a "Do you want to use this item?" in which selecting yes will bring up a new UI that allows you to get into the customization. The range of colors should be on scale with Halo 5's present color customization. If not, it should be wider ranged. Not only would you get to select 2 colors in this wide variety, but there are also patterns in how those 2 colors are presented on your armor. Take for example the Scorpion Punch coating, where the right arm of the Spartan sports a flashy orangey red while the rest of the armor is in gray. My Spartan in Halo 5 sports cerulean and cerise, so with the Scorpion Punch pattern, the armor as a whole would be cerulean with the arm being cerise. 343 has done plenty of different kinds of patterns with Halo 4's armors, letting you choose these different variants of the same armor piece but changing the way the colors are presented. Halo 5 has done that too with the flawed Rec system. More expressive stylistic patterns could be unlocked through achievements or be minor items in the free/paid battle passes. When you're done customizing your coding, the game will prompt you to name it, and then you now have your very own personal coding that you made, giving you that little extra personalization. As a bonus, maybe you could gift these canvas coatings to a friend or a stranger you made a bond with in a match. Perhaps you're not one for getting into the customization, but you know your friend does, so you hand all your canvas coatings to them as a gift. So now we have this armor coating we can customize, and it's a limited use item. Why would it be a limited use item though? I'm not so sure myself either. I came up with the idea of it, but why make something so great be limited? I guess on my mind, it was to make sure that armor coatings that we have currently in the game don't become obsolete because of color customization. After all my ideas for Halo Infinite are keeping the free-to-play monetization in mind and to make sure 343 can still profit from their game. Perhaps this coding would just be better as a thing you can edit whenever. Maybe just letting people mix and match the coatings already in game would be better than this. Perhaps the best way to make canvas coatings work alongside armor coatings is for the armor coatings to stand out. What do I mean by that? Well, take a look at this nail polish coating. It's really beautiful. Or take a look at this estate gold coating. Look at how it shines compared to other coatings. Take a look at this platinum anniversary coating. It shines the same way as estate gold, but it still looks very good. But here's a secret with platinum anniversary. It's the same if not identically similar to Cadet Sage, but it has a material applied to it to give it a nice polished shine to it that makes it more appealing to wear. Take a look at this Flash Fjord coating. It contains 3 different colors in a unique pattern, something the canvas coating can't do. It can only do these 2 colors with these patterns. What I'm getting at here is the way for armor coatings to coincide with color customization is for the armor coatings you can unlock or pay for stand out from the canvas coatings by doing things the canvas coating can't do. But not in a way of deliberately restricting the potential of the canvas coating, but to make them look good that players will go, that coating actually looks really good. I think I'll get that for my Spartan. With this kind of concept, I think it will be a good middle ground for everyone and also give players to once in a while change things up a bit with their Spartans. Hi, future me chiming in. After I did all the voiceover work and started to edit them in and do the screenshots and background music for the video, while I was looking for Halo 5 color customization UI for my demonstration, I came across a Reddit post that pretty much presented my idea, except they did it much better and it was 4 months ago, which shows how far behind I am on all this stuff because I'm not one who keeps in touch with the Halo community. But I wanted to bring this up because I'm sure people would have if I had it, and well, I think he overall did a better job than I did. I don't use Reddit just to clarify, I stumbled upon it. He put a lot of work into these images and describing how it works with being able to select the color of each individual parts of your armor, which consists of a basic color palette, with more color options being sold in packs, with the same for textures and patterns. Now, I got my own thoughts on this. Firstly, I don't like the idea of getting to choose the color of each individual piece on your armor because, like I said earlier in the video, there's a balance between limitations and creativity, and I think just getting to make your Spartan an amalgamation of colors would just look really bad. Which, why should I care about how another player customizes their Spartan? It's their Spartan, not mine. Well, I don't want to get into a rant about it, but this much bigger channel called Late Night Gaming, whose content I watch a lot, you probably heard of him, but he made a video about this kind of subject where letting players customize their character into some very ridiculous stuff can really break away from the original game's style and immersion and all that kind of guff. Like, I wouldn't want to see me fighting against a circus-looking Spartan. You might be saying, well, what about the cat ears? And to that I say, these cat ears are actually not that bad, and that's because they are designed to look like Spartan armor. Like, this is something a Spartan could wear, whereas a Spartan being 50 different colors, it would just be an eyesore or distracting to look at, and honestly, I don't think you would ever realistically, if you were in the Halo universe, see a Spartan with every individual piece of their armor being a completely different color from the other. You wouldn't with cat ears either, but it's a lot better fitting than just being 50 different colors. I'll provide Late Night Gaming's video in the description along with the Reddit post that I'm going to continue on about now. Now going back to the Reddit post, I do think just a primary and secondary, hell, I wouldn't be opposed to a 3 customizable color system like Halo 3, with patterns acting as the way your colors are put on your Spartan would be the best way to go. I do like the idea of color packs, but hopefully they wouldn't be $10 because God no, I am not paying $10 for colors. I'm not opposed to also being able to apply a texture to my Spartan's armor to be shiny or glittery, but I put it as a thing exclusive to 343's handmade armor coatings, so there is still incentive to wear them. Because what reason to even go on with armor coatings if no one will use them because they can just put it on their own coating with their own colors? Alright, that's all my thoughts put out, so back to the video, which is just the outro. That's going to do it for the first episode of this series. I don't have a name for it. For now, we'll call it What I Want in Infinite, which would be abbreviated to Wee Wee. Yeah, not a good name, but we'll call it this for now. Once again, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and share it around. Any thoughts on my ideas? Got anything on your mind you want in Infinite? Leave a comment down below, and I will see you all in the next video.